North Country All-Stars, a celebration, saluting the best and brightest students in the Tri-County region. From our studio in downtown Watertown, here's Mel Busler and Diane Rutherford.
Good evening. Here at 7 News, we are proud to honor exceptional North Country students.
Now, normally the celebration looks a little bit different with a reception at Watertown's Hilton Garden Inn. It's a chance for students, their parents, and mentors to come together. It's the biggest party we throw every year. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic forced us to cancel.
But the show must go on. Over the next half hour, we'll take a look at students who excel in academics, arts, athletics, and career tech.
And at the end of the show, one student from each discipline will win a $1,000 scholarship from a random drawing.
Well, let's start with sports. The Athlete of the Week segment is the longest running all-star segment, started in 1988. Over the years, I've interviewed thousands of athletes. This year did not disappoint. The school year began with Riley Covard of Indian River, who won her Athlete of the Week in girls soccer. It ended with a Clifton Fine student who played basketball for Harrisville and who had a great basketball name, Adam Slamzinski. In between featured 37 other student athletes who excelled not only locally, but also statewide, like Carthage running back Fambo Azah, who had a breakout senior year helping to lead his team to a Section 3 title and the state championship game. He was given the opportunity and took advantage of it.
I was expecting a lot of things from myself because I did work hard, and I wanted to prove a lot to a lot of people that I was capable of being the starting running back, and I think I did that night. I showed people what I was really capable of, and without a doubt that I should be starting. Yeah, it was very frustrating because, I understand starting on sophomore year on varsity, not going to get much time. I'm just there to learn how to do my job, whatnot, for the next 2 years. So I waited sophomore year, junior year. I feel like I showed that I should have gotten the ball a little more, but it didn't happen, so decided to be a little more patient, and I knew that this year they had no other choice but to, at least try me out or give me the ball a little more. And when they did that, I showed what I had, and they were all proud of me. So,
how about Colton Kempney of Beaver River? This super sophomore ran his way to first place in every cross-country event this season, except in the States, where he finished second.
I was pleased with how I did. Obviously I would have rather have taken first, but I placed well in the merge, and I really couldn't have been happier with how I did. I kind of knew it was going to be a big year. I put in a lot of work over the summer and pretty much my whole life, so I was expecting big gains this year.
2 Lowville athletes excelled in 2 different sports, Chad Bach and Aiden McCauley, both helping to lead the Red Raiders to sectional crowns in both football and basketball. A Hammond duo combined to lead their basketball team to a Section 10 crown. Senior Kelsey Bennett and junior Avery Kenyon, key performers for Coach Sean Dack's squad. Jackie Pittick of South Jefferson, a perennial visitor to the Athlete of the Week award. She's been named numerous times, and she's just a sophomore.
I'd say I did all right. Obviously there's tons of room for improvement, but I think I helped my team in the best way I could. Yep, AAU in the off season definitely helps. Going against the best competition that I can to prepare for high school season, and then just working out in practice as hard as I can and trying to push myself and my teammates as well.
On the wrestling mat, 2 local student athletes won state titles. Carter Bear of Governor at 138 pounds and Tyler Musaw of South Jefferson at 195 pounds. Both were exceptional in Albany.
Throughout the season, every day, I just worked as hard as I could in the practice room, and I learned to embrace the grind. Like everything I do in my training and practice, it's 6 minutes this, 6 minutes that, whether it's sprints or an actual match or push-ups and sit-ups, it's 6 minutes because it's a 6-minute wrestling match.
Probably just the feeling at the end of the last match and knowing that my season was over, and I did everything I could, and I pushed myself throughout the season, and I did as good a job as I could have done. It was a good season, but there's always room for improvement and always ways to work harder and do better in the future. I didn't have too many expectations. I just went into the season with the mentality that I was going to wrestle as hard as I could, and whatever happened, happened, and I was just going to do my best.
Troy Stephen of Indian River won the Section 10 indoor titles in the triple jump, long jump, and high jump. McKenna Bolivar led her Beaver River volleyball team to a state title. And Isaiah Wilson closed out an impressive 5-year varsity career with well over 2,000 points. That's just a sampling of performances by this school year's Athlete of the Week winners. Let's take a look now at all our athletes this season. 39 in total. Congratulations. The Academic All-Stars are on deck, but first, let's hear from our Athlete of the Week sponsor, Watertown Savings Bank, along with another of our great sponsors, Wendy's.
Hi, I'm John Morja from Watertown Savings Bank, proud sponsor of Athlete of the Week. We know this spring season was a disappointment because high school sports play such an important role in the lives of our student athletes. So we commend you for that and hope you get back on track next season. A total of 39 students from all across the North Country were featured on Athlete of the Week this school year. From all of us at Watertown Savings Bank, we congratulate you on your accomplishments.
Hi, I'm Kelly from Wendy's. We've been an overall sponsor for the North Country All-Stars for 4 years. I'm so happy we have the opportunity to honor the over 100 students here tonight and to show our support when so many other high school celebrations and ceremonies had to be canceled. At a time like this, community is more important than ever, and I know that all the North Country All-Stars will continue to be important members of the community long after high school. Congratulations to all of you.
They're often at the top of their class and they're involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. The Academic All-Stars strive for greatness, and I get the chance to meet them every week. For years, I've had the privilege of interviewing the best and brightest students in Jefferson, Lewis, and St. Lawrence counties. It's one of my favorite parts of my job. Not only are the Academic All-Stars highly intelligent, they're extremely active in their schools and community. What are you involved in school?
A lot. I'm the president of Student Council. I'm part of National Honor Society. I play 3 sports, so soccer, basketball, and softball. And I do the drama club. And this year's play is Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm the president of our FFA chapter. I'm also vice president of our National Honor Society chapter. I do participate in volunteer activities within the schools, within the FFA, and such as Odyssey of the Mind Volunteer.
I am president of the Student Council. I'm part of National Honor Society. I'm in the Envirothon. I do the musical. I play softball. I cheer. I do a lot of stuff.
I am the Student Council Secretary. I'm a class treasurer. I am the NHS treasurer, and I'm involved in bowling club and yearbook.
I'm involved in the National Honor Society, Student Council, the Big Brother Big Sister program, and then your usual band, chorus, jazz ensemble, and choraleers.
There are also those who've literally tried to make the world a better place.
Oh, well, I've been involved with the North Country Mission of Hope for about 2 years now. I first joined them on a mission in the winter of my sophomore year, and unfortunately we can't go back due to some issues in the area, but we are volunteering. We only need about $200 more to pay the full price for a shelter for a family in Nicaragua.
Over the years, our Academic All-Stars have come from diverse backgrounds. Some are North Country natives, some are first-generation Americans, and some have come to us from overseas.
I'm from Tel Aviv originally, in Israel, and most of my family is still there, so we usually go and visit every year. And then when I was 6, we moved to Boston area originally, because my dad got a fellowship at Harvard University. And then 2 years later, we moved here because my dad wanted to establish his own clinic here. So now he works for the Carthage Area Hospital.
So I am German American. I am a dual citizen, and I was born in Manhattan before I moved to Singapore in Southeast Asia when I was about 1 year old. I lived there for 9 years before moving back to Potsdam in 2013.
A number of our academic all-stars have very personal reasons for pursuing certain careers, particularly those in healthcare.
When I was younger, I was diagnosed with leukemia at age 5, so of course I'm already, immersed into that medical field. So I kind of just want to give back, what I took and really, go into it.
Well, I was diagnosed very young for scoliosis. It was found in 5th grade, but everybody during basically the entire process was extremely nice and understanding, so that really pushed me towards a medical field.
Then in March, the academic all-stars and their classmates were sent home from school, and I had to work from home. My colleague Les Shockley graciously took over and checked in on our academic all-stars to see how they're doing.
School is going well. The teachers have done a fantastic job at adapting us to the online work. It's quite different and kind of challenging at times, but I think everyone's starting to get used to it a lot more.
Everything's going really good. Everybody's healthy, so we're really fortunate. School is going well.
And some of them offered advice to those students struggling with the pandemic, remote learning, and missing their friends.
It's difficult. I understand that it's difficult and we're all struggling to keep going, but if you just try your best, at this point, if you work hard and you do your work, it's all gonna come out good in the end.
When the going gets tough, dig down deep and keep going, because it's when you keep going that you're going to find success.
And when this pandemic is done, there's gonna be a whole lot of partying and fun and all that stuff. All the good times are gonna come. Don't worry about it. This is gonna make the good times seem so much more, this decade's gonna roar after this.
I would say don't lose hope. You are not alone in this, and as long as we keep doing our best, we will get through this.
Just don't give up. It's really important not to give up right now, because this situation, if you let it take your motivation away, it's really going to set a precedent for the rest of your life that when times get bad, that you can just give up, but you can't let that happen.
This season, 7 News honored more than 30 academic all-stars. Let's take a look at these students. And now let's check in with Tom Julian from Fidelis Care, sponsor of the Academic All-Stars.
Hello, I'm Tom Julian, Director of Marketing from Fidelis Care. We're very proud of all 36 Academic All-Stars from Jefferson, St. Lawrence, and the other counties. The last few months have been challenging, and the North Country, like all of America, has seen many changes. At times like this, traditions are more important than ever. Academic All-Stars have been honored for over 20 years on WWNY, possessing remarkable work ethic, perseverance, integrity, and intellect. Students honored in this program have gone on to successful careers in every imaginable field. Not only do they excel at their jobs, they become vital members of our community. It is important to recognize them tonight because so many other celebrations have been canceled. Congratulations to all this year's Academic All-Stars.
I've been producing the Arts All-Star segment for nearly a decade, and every year I'm amazed at the talent I see. The Tri-County area proves that creativity, talent, and inspiration can be found everywhere, especially in the North Country.
But I miss you most of all, my darling.
We started out at South Louis with Catherine Vito and her haunting rendition of Autumn Leaves, which she dedicated to her father.
One of her dream jobs is to sing on a cruise ship. On the same day, we met another remarkable artist, Frankie Schwab, who comes from an arty family.
I just think art is like really fun. It's like a good thing to do in the pastime. It unstresses me.
Both a 2- and 3-dimensional artist, she uses everything from stencils to images from her cell phone as tools. Gerard Powers, who hails from Ogdensburg, may look unassuming, but he can sing opera in Italian, play the piano and the saxophone, and muses about music with the wisdom of someone twice his age. She claims she could sing songs from Annie before she could say coherent sentences. Elizabeth Davis from Canton delivered an unforgettable ballad from the Broadway musical Waitress.
She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely. Most of the time, she is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie.
Edwards Knox may be a small school district, but they are big on talent. This year, Morgan Wheat's artwork dazzled us. She has already sold several pieces and is on her way to a successful career.
I'm not sure how much I've made from it, but mostly faculty right now, but I've given away a lot.
Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need.
Enthusiasm and exuberance exude from Phoebe Hall from General Brown. Equally adept at singing or playing an unlikely instrument like the ukulele, she is unique.
If it's like a movie musical and I see what's happening, or I've watched the musical and I understand what that character is going through, I can think, okay, what would be my mindset if I was in this character's shoes right now? And I just kind of bring it up and just do it.
Ryan Hayes is killing it on the keyboards. Relaxed and relatable, he talked about music's influence on him from the age of 2.
I remember my dad was always listening to music. He was a big music fan, and I think my first introduction to music was through Bruce Springsteen.
Dancing is often an undervalued performing art, so we were thrilled to feature 2 artists whose primary passion is dance, Haley Hunt and Kaylee Ronis.
And voila! I made those Rubik's cubes of those perlipes of the 6 colors of white, red, orange, yellow, green, and dark blue.
2 of our most original acts this year came from Lowville. Jaron Thomas's gifts as a 3-dimensional artist are amazing.
Jaron learns differently than other students. He sees things that, as adults, as educators, that we don't see sometimes.
Are they toys or mini sculptures or both? Matthew Garrison, a writer, actually wrote a poem about how hard it is to be a writer.
But I just like doing it. Like, when it all comes together, it feels so satisfying, like gratifying.
The farthest we traveled was Messina, where we met the articulate and detailed Yazabella Miller.
I've become more of a detailed kind of person. I know a lot of artists like to do loose stuff and kind of be more spontaneous with their paintings, but I really like a lot of detail, and I'm a math person as well, so all that kind of stuff is represented, I think, in my artwork for sure.
Due to the pandemic, over a third of our interviews had to be conducted remotely, but passion for their art was still visible during these recorded talks.
My art is it's a creative expression outlet. It's helped me find my second family, and it helped me find my friends here. I was a new kid. I didn't really know anybody, and then I joined the theater department, and I gained so many friends and so many valuable life experiences. It's such a blessing, and it really has given me so much in life.
McEwen Thornton, who faced disappointment with this year's musical being canceled, recalls how important theater is to her. All 32 of the Arts All-Star interviews can be found on our webpage. Check them out when you are looking for inspiration. This year, we celebrate 32 exceptional artists. Coming up, we'll take a look at the newest addition to 7 News All-Stars. But first, a message from our arts sponsor, Mort Backus & Sons of Ogdensburg, and All-Star sponsor, Hilton Garden Inn.
Mort Backus & Sons has been part of the community for 65 years, and we're proud to sponsor the North Country Arts All-Stars. 32 students wowed us with their talents as singers, actors, writers, painters, sculptors, toy makers, and dancers. Past recipients of this honor have gone on to fascinating careers in musical theater, studio art, music education, and art therapy. This past spring, artists and creative people brought us the TV shows, movies, books, and music that got us through the challenging times. Congratulations to this year's Arts All-Stars.
Hi, I'm Sean McCormick with the Hilton Garden Inn. For the last 6 years, we've been proud to sponsor and host the North Country All-Stars reception. Although this year we couldn't celebrate in person, we still wanted to recognize all 119 North Country 7 News All-Stars. You worked hard and deserve this achievement. Congratulations from all of us at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Well, this year we were proud to add another discipline to the North Country All-Stars, students in technical fields. We had a great time traveling to BOCES centers throughout our area to meet teenagers who are trying to get a head start on college or preparing for a fantastic career right after high school. Welding, photography, or whipping up something good, 7 News Career Tech All-Stars do it all, and they're gaining valuable skills for the future. Caleb Judd's focused on robotics. He's bringing part of an iconic film to life.
So I'm building an AT-AT from Star Wars, and it's about 30 inches tall, hopefully at the end, and hopefully fully functional as well, so hoping that it'll walk. Won't turn, but it should be able to walk.
Casey Davis loves kids. That's why she's enrolled in the early childhood education program with her sights set on becoming a kindergarten teacher.
We teach the curriculums like preschoolers. We teach them their ABCs, how to count, their name. So they're learning as they're playing.
Kirsten Getman plans on studying medical office technologies and is getting her start in early childhood education.
I'm really hoping to work in a children's hospital where children have cancer, so you'd still be interacting with children to help them become in a happier state.
Car trouble? Justin Gear was learning the ins and outs of motor repair in a hands-on classroom.
Well, I'm currently working on my clutch because my car isn't shifting, so we're trying to go piece by piece to see what the issue is. First, we checked out the slave cylinder. It wasn't that, so we put the old one back in, and then now we're doing the clutch master cylinder.
If you stop by the Bolin Tech Center outside Watertown this year, you may have spotted James Weller cruising around on practice patrol. James was getting an education in criminal justice, which he hopes will lead to a career with the state DEC.
I've gotten a lot of knowledge about how the police structure in the whole country is run, and have a better understanding about where our laws come from, who makes them, and who enforces them.
Many Career Tech All-Stars expect the skills they learn through BOCES to catapult them into their careers, like Macy Trudeau.
My mom was a cosmetologist, and so I always grew up, she worked at the Ritz, so I always grew up there. I'd go to work with her almost every day I could, and I grew to love hair so much, and it was just something I always wanted to do.
Garrett Gerke, who's learning electrical wiring, found a way to use his skills right away and help out the family business at the same time.
I've taken them back to the farm and I've actually wired a few things up. Like in multiple rooms that we have, like the pole barn, those need all lights in the ceiling, and our mixing room where we get feed for our Black Angus beef cows. My dad wants to put lights up in there so we can see better, and there's just a lot of opportunities on our farm because farms are pretty sketchy with lighting.
You may have noticed the Career Tech All-Star segment moved online due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but that didn't stop us from connecting with talented students like Juliana Dool, who is studying New Vision Health, or Kaylee Walsh, who wants to become a vet tech.
We have a lot of different animals at BOCES that we've been learning about, and I want to work with animals just to help them. Not a lot of people have that much interest in caring for animals like dogs, and their health is important just as much as people's.
Some BOCES students can really put things together. Welding is another course of study that's hands-on.
Welding is just very useful, and it's an ever-growing industry in the workforce. It's not going away.
It really helps set up jobs for us outside of school.
From welding metal to networks and wires, BOCES programs are diverse. In St. Lawrence County, you'll find Danielle Dupree in the kitchen.
I'm making biscuits for the class and other programs that we're doing.
Tia Briot prefers the great outdoors. She wants to be a photographer for National Geographic.
I think it's enjoyable because you get to create your own ideas and express your artistic abilities.
The courses are all different, but one thing's the same. These students love what they do.
I think it's really cool that we can just learn this stuff at such an early age.
Honestly, it's probably one of the best classes I've ever taken, within my school career.
I really enjoy the class, so I'm glad I took it.
I recommend BOCES, period, because it's such an educational and informational school.
I really love doing it. It's one of the things I do almost every day. It's like a staple in my life.
This school year, we honored 14 Career Tech All-Stars. Take a look. Coming up, we're going to announce our scholarship winners. But first, a message from the sponsor of the Career Tech All-Stars, Arconic, and All-Star sponsor, Children's Home of Jefferson County.
Hello, I'm Steve Rombo from Arconic. We are very proud to sponsor the first ever Career Tech All-Stars. It has been inspiring to see 14 students from the Tri-County BOCES Career and Tech Center so passionate about and focused on their career futures. From early child development, auto mechanics, robotics, cosmetology, culinary arts, computer technology, and electrical engineering, they will be pursuing important work and will be vital contributors to American society as well as their local communities. Congratulations to all the Career Tech All-Stars.
Hi, I'm Matt Richmond with CHAC, and I'd like to take a moment to say how proud we are to be an overall sponsor of the North Country All-Stars with 7 News. CHAC salutes the 117 All-Stars selected in 4 different disciplines: academics, arts, athletics, and new this year, career tech. During the school year, these exceptional students were featured in interviews, highlighting their accomplishments, their talents, and their skills. Tonight, as a group, we collectively honor them. Congratulations.
Now it's time to hand out some money. $1,000 scholarships in each of the 4 different 7 News All-Star disciplines.
Now our winners were selected from random drawings. Let's go now to Watertown Savings Bank's John Morja.
We'd like to announce the winner of the $1,000 Athlete of the Week scholarship. This year, it goes to a talented basketball player from Madrid-Waddington, Mr. Brennan Harmer. Congratulations, Brennan.
We're pleased to announce this year's North Country Arts All-Star Scholarship winner, Abby Wishrath from South Jefferson High School.
First ever Career Tech Scholarship winner is Caleb Judd from Lowville Academy, studying engineering design. Congratulations, Caleb.
And finally, the scholarship for Academic All-Star, sponsored by Fidelis Care. Congratulations to Corey Millard of South Lewis Central.
And by the way, congratulations to all of our All-Stars this year. Good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you to Diane Rutherford and our 7 News crew. Have a great summer, and don't forget, the All-Stars will be back in the fall.